Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video to show you about my fish tanks. I've been keeping fish for probably like 20 years now or so. And I have two tanks. This is my dining area and I have my sewing machine here. So I'm gonna fixing to sew real quick. This is my little dining area. It's rather small. But I have two tanks. I have the light off on this tank. This is a saltwater tank because the light is too bright when you put it on. It doesn't pick up on camera very well, like everything looks blurry. So that's why I have the light off on that one. Um, uh, I'll go back to that tank in a second, but I'm going to talk about this tank right here. This tank I've had for 20 years. It's kind of old. It is a 30-gallon oceanic hexagon glass aquarium. And it's a 30-gallon, and I have an Aquarium filter for 30 to 40 gallons, I believe. And it looks a little cloudy because I just changed the water on it, so it's a little, the water looks a little, it looks clear, but it looks a little cloudy because I just changed the water on it right now. I do a gravel suck on this tank about, it depends. Maybe like every 3 to 4 weeks, I'll do a gravel suck with a water change, and then if the filter, I'll change it about every 2 weeks to a month, depending on how the water quality is. When I do a water change, I'll try to do a water change between 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and I'll do like 30% usually of the tank. But today the water was looking a little murky, so I did like maybe 40% water change. So I did quite a bit of big water change. So this is my thermometer. I have a thermometer, and it's right now it's set it's a little high actually because I just changed the water, so it's like 80 degrees. But normally I like to keep my fish between 74 and 76 degrees. So this tank has quite a bit of fish. I actually think I have too many fish in this tank, but I'm just not, I mean, they seem to be doing fine. I'm just not going to put any more fish in it. I see those two big fish in the middle. I've had those fish for like 14 years. They are silver dollar, spotted silver dollar fish. And they're like humans. When you come up to the tank, they get skittish. I believe they're both females because the males have like red on the bottom of their tail and these don't. So I think they're both females. They never bred or anything like that. They're very close. Once in a while they'll bicker, but they really don't fight. And they're extremely peaceful with the other fish. I have 3 or 4 glowfish right there. And then I have 2 skirt tetras. The skirt tetras are right there. They have like a fin at the bottom. And then there's my albino cory cat right there. And then I have 3 panda cories. They look like him, but they have like black on their eyes that look kind of like pandas. And then I have 1 pleco, and he comes out, and plecos are kind of like nocturnal, so they come out at night, and he loves to eat. He keeps my tank pretty free of algae, but there is a little bit of algae growing on the fake coral right there. These are all fake decorations. I tried doing live plants one time, and it didn't work out for me. My fish died and the plants died, so I don't know. I'm not good at live plants, so I said, no, I'm just gonna do fake stuff. So I have at the top, I have my top swimmers. Those are neon yellow Danios. I have about 3 of them. And then I have 2 zebra Danios. There's a zebra Danio right there. So I have those. I have a snail, a gold mystery snail somewhere in there. And then I have some shrimps, but I haven't seen those shrimps in weeks, so I don't know if they're dead or if they got eaten or if they're hiding. I saw one last week, and it's a blue one, and they're kind of small, so I don't know. They're probably just hiding somewhere. I haven't seen them though. So this tank, kind of like, it's a very good tank. I haven't had any issues. I've had this tank for 20 years. This Oceanic is a really good brand. I haven't had any issues with this tank whatsoever. So this tank is very easy to maintain. I don't mess with it that often. The water kind of like, takes care of itself really with the bacteria and the fish and everything. I'll just do some maintenance to it like once every 2 to 3 weeks. And that's about it. This tank is pretty good. So yeah, these are my freshwater fish. It is a community tank. Some of these fish are classified as semi-aggressive, but they get along with my fish. So you got to be careful when you're getting semi-aggressive fish, because they can be territorial to the other fish, or they can fin nip and stuff like that. But so far my fish seem to be getting along with each other very nicely, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, let's move on to the saltwater tank. The saltwater tank is a 10-gallon rimless Aquarium, and I went ahead and it just came with the tank itself. And I went ahead and added a Coral Life light, and it's super bright, as you can see, like, whoa. And it has blue too, but it's super bright and it gets very hot. So I'm not crazy about this light, but I'm sure it'll do fine. I bought it because I want to do corals eventually. Right now, this tank is only like 3 weeks old. So I've been, it's been cycling, and I think it's still cycling, but I went ahead and got a fish or two just to help it along a little bit. And I have been adding this stuff from Seacam. It's called Seed. So I've been adding that daily also for a while now to kind of help add good bacteria to the tank. So this is my first saltwater tank. It's a 10-gallon. I have a pretty good hang-on filter that's up to 30 gallons. So it's a strong filter. And then I have a little thermometer. I keep the fish at like 76, 78 degrees. I have my hydrometer right here. You have to have a hydrometer to keep track of the salinity of the tank. And right now it's set at between 1.020 to 1.021, which is where you want it. There's my little tomato clown. I have two fish. They're back there. They like to hide. That's my little tomato clown. His name is Romeo. And that's my little damsel, my 4-striped damsel. His name is Domino. So I got Domino first, was my first fish. And I noticed like he wouldn't come out, he wouldn't eat. I had to hand feed him brine shrimp, and even then he was very picky. I had him for about 4 days and he wasn't eating, but he looked okay. So, and then I realized that he was probably really lonely. So I got another clown. As soon as I got that clown, he came out and he's never hid again. They kind of hide a little bit behind rocks, but like he's never actually hid like all day like he used to. There they are playing right there. So I'm really happy that they get along nicely, because damsels, they can be very aggressive. I've heard they're very territorial, and I thought he was gonna pick on my little clown. I was worried, but no, they get along great. They're really smart fish. I love my freshwater fish, don't get me wrong, I really do, but saltwater fish, they're like humans. Their coloring is so bright, and like they're so beautiful, and they're so different than freshwater fish. They're more lively. I can't explain it, but I don't think I'll ever go back to a freshwater tank again. I think I'm gonna keep my tank I have right here, my freshwater, but I won't ever get another freshwater tank again for some reason. If I try to build another tank, I'm just gonna stay with saltwater because the fish are gorgeous. And the thing with saltwater, it is hard work. I had to prep a lot, do a lot of research, because this was my first tank. I didn't want the fish to die. I didn't want, I wanted to get my parameters right. So I just have like one live rock, and I have live sand. And I do have 2 snails. They're not out right now. And I have a hermit crab. And he's hiding behind the little pineapple. But I did put an extra shell or 2 there, so in case he wants to switch shells. So in a couple of months, I'm gonna get rid of the SpongeBob stuff on the side and the plant, and I'm just gonna put rock all along it, and then I'm going to go ahead and start adding corals slowly, like 1 coral at a time. And then my goal is to have 1 anemone anemone at the top right there, so my clownfish can go ahead and try to make a home with it, because clownfish will be okay without anemones, but they really do like anemones. So yeah, that's my goal. It's still, this tank is a work in progress. It's a long time coming. I've always wanted a saltwater tank since I was a little girl, and I always dreamed of having a saltwater tank and a clownfish, and I finally got my dream. And it's a small tank, so they say that it's better if you're gonna start a saltwater tank to go big, but I wanted to go small because I live in an apartment, so I don't have a lot of space. And then I was kind of nervous to go big because I rather go small, so I don't have to buy as much things for it, and I can see how I like it before I invest in something big, you know. But anyway, even though this tank is 10 gallons, like, it was expensive to buy everything. Like, you know, I had to buy everything separate, so it was kind of expensive. But there are kits that you can buy that come with everything, the lighting and the filters and everything like that. So yeah, this is a pretty simple setup, and I want to keep it simple. I don't want to get too complicated with it. And my fish seem to be doing fine. They're very happy. There's my little domino right there. I noticed that they swim differently. Domino swims like he kind of darts around slowly, and my clownfish, they're not really good swimmers. I noticed that he doesn't swim a whole lot. I think they just kind of like waddle in the water, and he likes to keep near the rock and just kind of hovers around the rock right there. So, but they seem really, really happy. And then I have, of course, my supplies here. I have a dropper, and I have marine flakes, and then I have Tetra flakes for my freshwater fish. I have algae wafers for my bottom feeders. I have distilled water on hand. I need to get more because I like to keep my water at a certain level, and when it starts evaporating, you have to add more water, and I use distilled water. If the salinity isn't right, I'll add a little bit of instant ocean salt, mix it and let it set, and then I'll put it in there. So yeah, this is my little setup, and I'm a fish lover. I've always been, and I will continue to be. Eventually I want a fish room. If I move to a big house or something like that, I want to get a fish room, and I want to have like all kinds of fish tanks in there. So definitely, if you always wanted fish, definitely look into starting a tank. It's worth it. It's very fulfilling, and it's extremely cool to look at, and it kind of like calms you down. It makes you feel like at peace. I don't know. I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm drawn to water, and I feel like since I've had fish tanks, I've had a lot of peace in my life. So just something. There's my baby. Hi, baby. Hi. So cute. I don't know if I'm gonna get more fish for this tank because I don't want to overload the tank. I might get one more pajama cardinal to put in there, but I'm thinking about it. I may just keep these two because these two seem to be doing fine, and I don't want to disrupt their bond. So I'm kind of like, I'm debating it. But anyway, that's a little tour of my tanks. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. I'm a type of person that I'm into a lot of stuff, so you'll see that my channel is very very all over the place because I have a lot of interests. I mean, there's so many interests that I have that I can't make videos. I can't make videos kind of showing everything because I'm into so many things. Like, so you'll notice that on my channel. One day I'll do makeup, the next day, one week I'll do something else, or totally different that you wouldn't expect. And that's just the type of person I am. I have a lot of interest, so when I feel like filming something, I'm gonna film it, just to give you a little peek, a little insight in, you know, my life. So, well, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a blessed day, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.